Hi everybody, this is Ben from Art Less Ordinary. So tonight I am doing a artwork. So this is a collaboration with Claire's Crafty Corner and other artists. So we all do something for Valentine's Day, and this is the collaboration for 2024. So time's going fast. So what I have is I have a ceramic tile. I think it's ceramic. It's a tile, it's shiny, it's white. I am going to use masking fluid and alcohol inks. So what I have done is I've got Eraldo di Polo masking fluid in here. I've got it in a fine tipped bottle. This is, mind you, this is project 3 or 4 for the day, because it's 44 degrees, well nearly 45 degrees today, Celsius. It is so hot, nothing is working. Every time I do an artwork, it is failing just because it is either drying too quickly, it's just not working. So doing my best. So hopefully this will work. So what we're going to do is we're just going to virtually use this to draw pattern on here. And then we're going to use alcohol inks to kind of pretty it, make it beautiful. So this is where you got to use a little bit of artistic skills. I'm not very good at drawing, so we will see how this goes. So I'm going to, whoa, that came out way too fast. I am going to try and soak that up while I can. All right. So I've used other masking fluids in the past and they've been thicker. It could also be the heat making it thin. So sometimes you gotta go with what you can, because I can't use resin. It's too hot for resin. So we're gonna try a love heart again. I don't want that bubble. I'll pop it with a pin. I can, but you know what? I don't like the shape of that. This is going to be a little bit more challenging than I thought. I think it's just so hot. Doing any art the last few weeks, actually nearly the last whole month, has been such a challenge. It's just far too hot. I don't have air conditioning in this room. I've only got air conditioning in the room I sleep in. So the rest of the house like heats up, and it's been 45 degrees for days on end. Like it was 45 degrees 4 days last week. Actually went up to over 46. Then it cooled down to 35s, and then it's gone back up again. And the house is just overheated in the process. All right, let's join this up. Go away, bubbles. That's not too bad, as long as I can pop these bubbles. I don't like that, but I don't know if I can fix it. Because it's so thin, it's just, no, it's not going to fix it. So I'm just going to absorb what I've got around it. Well, that's fine. We'll leave it as that. Now let's see if I can write love. So remember, this is homemade. This is for someone you care about. It's Valentine's Day, so it doesn't have to be completely perfect. And sometimes when I first started doing art, I used to show people my art, and I used to get asked whether my child did this. So yes, it doesn't have to be perfect as long as you're having fun. All right, so now I've got that done. I'm just going to do some other patterns. Yeah, it's definitely runny. I've never had it so runny before when I've done this. The heat is playing havoc with everything. But as long as I show you, you get the process down pat, and then you can tweak it to what you like. I actually have a video where I have done this on a alcohol ink canvas before, and that looked quite cool. So you can always check that one out as well if you're interested. Let's see if I can join this up and make a blob. I don't think I'm going to do too much more. Let's see if I can do something. Yeah, I don't like that. Wasn't supposed to join up. Let's get this out. So you just got to make sure that you get all of it, because it's drying very quickly. Then you wipe. So I'm just using an alcohol wipe to wipe up any bits. So because this is a liquid latex, once it dries, the alcohol ink won't stick to it. Okay. I don't like that either. See, when it's not hot and it doesn't move so quick, you actually can do some pretty cool little patterns. So for you guys, well, most of my viewers are actually on the other side of the hemisphere. You guys would be able to do this time of year, no problems, and you wouldn't have this kind of excessive flowing of the masking fluid as I'm getting right now. Maybe we'll just do a few more dots, eh? Some bigger ones. All right, I'm going to leave it as that. I don't want to overdo it. So what we have to do now is we just have to let this set. So I'm not sure how long it's going to take. I don't know whether the heat is going to accelerate the drying process or hinder it, but we will leave it and we will come back. It should stay similar color, but maybe the other fluid I used lightened up and went quite clear. This one I'm not sure about. I haven't used this one yet, so we will see. But we will come back and do the second part for you guys in a second, for me shortly. All right, back soon. Okay, it is nearly set, so all I have to do is just get my puffer, and then I'll be back and I will show you the second part of this video. Okay, we are back. So I'm trying to make it straight. Alrighty, so we are now ready to put down the alcohol ink. So I've got three colors. I've got magenta, red, and a bit of purple. So my goal is to just kind of put some on, spread it around and make it look pretty. That is mostly about it. This is a part where you just have a bit of fun and kind of just go with it. I've got some alcohol here. I might just give it a bit of a spray, make it a little bit damp for the alcohol to go onto. Now, being a tile, it does sometimes part a little bit. Sorry, this lid's nearly stuck on. Yeah, being a tile, it sometimes parts a little bit. If it was actual paper or something else, it would probably behave a little bit different. Now, it doesn't matter if you go over the masking fluid. Now let's give that a little bit of a spritz too. Yeah, see, being a tile, it's separating a lot more, but that isn't always bad. Try to keep the red a little bit separate from some of the other colours, because I got a feeling the red will take over. Even though magenta can kind of take over a bit too. And I'm going to keep the purple at bay. So what I mean by that is, the purple being so dark, it will want to kind of be more dominant. But we're going to do what we can to not let the purple darken it too much. And this is just a little puffer. More. And look at this mess I'm making all over the place. Isn't this fun? Sometimes making a mess is what it's all about. So every time you put more alcohol on, it's going to reactivate what you've already got. Now my bottle's being difficult, and it's not going to spray. It's just dripping out. Like I said, everything today is being difficult. And just because it can. That's the whole part about it. Sometimes your artworks have those moments where it doesn't matter what you do. Everything turns out a little bit more difficult than you had planned. So I'm trying to cover all of the tile. I don't want much white showing. And because it's hot, it's drying so fast, I'm not going for any set pattern. I'm just going to spray this off to the side and see if I can get it to spray. And I know what you're thinking, you're going, this doesn't look like much right now, but once we take off the masking fluid, you'll see a lot more going on. Now, one thing I am going to do, I'm going to spray from a little bit of a distance, and I want to get that little speckled look. That's my plan. You don't have to do that. Yeah, I might leave it as that. So all we have to do now is let that properly dry, which in this weather, I don't think that's going to take too long. And then we get to peel off the masking fluid. And what will happen is it will reveal that image underneath. So I reckon we leave this maybe, let me just, it's pretty dry. There's a few parts where it's heavy, where yeah, I can see tiny bit of movement. So when I blow it with the puffer, you can just see the surface kind of just wiggling. It's not actually moving, but it's wiggling. So it's still not 100% dry. So we'll leave this for a little bit. And this little puffer, they're great. What they do is they just maneuver it, but it is so hot, it's not maneuvering as freely as it could do. And also the surface that you have it on will change that too. This tile's probably absorbing heat more than a piece of paper would, I'm assuming. Yeah, so for that simple fact that it's probably drying out the fluids a little bit quicker. So we're going to pause this for, I don't know, 4 minutes, and then I'll come back and we'll just start peeling off this masking fluid and reveal the image underneath. Back soon. Okay, we're back. So I've just tested it on 2 little pieces, one piece over there, one piece over here, and it's coming off exactly how I wanted it to. So just remember the pattern that you did with the masking fluid is just going to be what you see revealed. Yes, it is a little bit blobby because it's ran so much in the heat, but this is virtually to show you the process. And this is just actually a special tile that I'm just going to use for Valentine's Day. I'm either going to put it at the front door or put it on the kitchen table for dinner, whatever, just to show my love for Valentine's Day. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. If anything, your loved ones love it when it's not perfect. So keep that in mind if you're doing this for someone special at home, compared to if you're making them for like for money, like to sell at markets or anything like that. But for me, if I'm just making it for at home, usually loved ones like things to be a little bit imperfect. It shows, I don't know, to me it just shows a little bit more about you. So what I do is I just got some tweezers, and you just pick up a little piece and then just lift it gently, and it's pulling up all that masking fluid, and revealing whatever was underneath. So if you did this with a black tile, it would reveal black underneath. If you did it with a coloured tile, it would reveal the colour underneath. But remember, if you were to use a black tile, you wouldn't see the alcohol inks very clearly. You could do metallics on a black tile. That would surely work. So, and I know this wording is upside down for you guys. I think it is. It's easier for me to see what I'm peeling because the alcohol inks actually cover the masking fluid. You got to look on an angle to get to see where it is, and try not to scratch. Being a smooth tile, if I were to scratch an area that wasn't masking fluid, it would scratch off the alcohol ink. So the dots are probably going to be my biggest challenge. Let's try this love heart. So you just lift it off gently. I try not to just rip it off quickly. I just do it nice and gently. There we go. That's looking pretty cool, isn't it, guys? So you could do this with so if it wasn't for Valentine's Day, you could do this with your kids, so your kid's name, and do it as a door plaque, you know what I mean? So I don't have kids probably, but you could have like Henry for Henry's room or anything like that. So you can actually do this, and it's a lot of fun because the kids can just put on the inks wherever they want. Like you could actually draw in you could even use a stencil if you wanted to do the wording, and then just have fun with it. I haven't tried resining over the top of these. Usually I just tell people don't touch it, but yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it while I continue peeling off this, and I will show you once I have completed peeling it. So I won't be too long. Okay, so we're back. It's done. So one thing I learned, which I remembered from last time too, wear a glove, because when you pick it up with the tweezers and then you pull the masking tape with the alcohol ink on it, it gets all over your finger. But I'm going to bring this up a little bit closer and show you guys. So I'm quite happy. Remember, it's not an absolute masterpiece. I am absolutely cooking right now. I'm sweating like anything. I'm overheating. But this is a lot of fun and just something that you can do. Spend a bit more time doing it. And yeah, and if you wanted to, you could use metallics in this, but the camera doesn't really show all the details in it, but it's actually quite cool. Don't know if I can adjust the light. Not really. Every time I try and get the right lighting, you get the light coming on the camera. But there you go. So this is it, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you had a great time. Go watch the other videos in the collaboration, and have a good Valentine's Day. All right, thanks everyone. Bye. Oh, and if you haven't already, subscribe, like, and make a comment. I can't remember. I'm so hot, I can't even think what I normally say. All right, bye guys.